Alright, this is my, what I call the UTVgeo. Got a lot of questions on how I got it lifted, so we'll start there. Basically, flip the front strut mounts, which I can't show because it's up in the air right now. So here's your normal upper front strut mount and how it's generally configured. You can see how much it actually protrudes, you know, through the where the strut actually mounts to the body. And what I did is I took and flipped them upside down. This is what it looks like after you flip it. Now these bolts are actually pressed in, but with a vise and a hammer, or however you want to, you can actually press them out and flip them when you flip them out, and press them back in the other way, and they work just fine. So you can see how much it was protruding and now it's not, so that all equates to lift. I got roughly 2 inches of lift flipping these upside down. That gave it about 2-inch lift in the front, and I actually added these little, they're not spacers, they're just kind of bushings that go in between the rungs of the coil spring. It didn't add any lift, but that just made that spring a little stiffer because these coils are really soft. And in the back, all I had done is added these coilovers. They sell them to go on like the back of pickups to increase the payload. I think it's at 1,200 pounds, but basically just slid them up over the rear strut, slid them up into there. They fit nice and tight, and then you can kind of adjust how high you want it. This is just static, basically, for full droop. So you could go even higher if you wanted to, put a little pressure on it. So today we're gonna do a side exit or fender exit exhaust on this. Didn't want anything hanging down for when I'm, you know, goofing around driving over stuff and everything. So remove the factory exhaust, which you can see the muffler is already missing, already MIA. Remove all of this remaining exhaust, and I'm going to cut the flange right here, and we're going to loop it around and go right out the fender. In preparation for it, I've gone ahead and pulled loose the wiring harness so we don't burn anything when I'm cutting the holes, and we'll reroute that around the exhaust because it's going to come out about right in this area. Here's the muffler going with. It was just a turbo tube muffler that I have cut the end off of and just welded this 4-inch as part of a 90-degree, kind of give it a teardrop shape, but it's just a turbo tube muffler, so it's not straight through. It'll quiet down a little bit, but it should still be pretty deep sounding. Got my 2-inch 90 and my 2-inch 180. This should be all I need to get it done, and of course I've got some little round stock to weld and brace it all back to itself so it doesn't shake itself apart. And that is it. I'm going to get to removing the old exhaust. So I cut this flange down, and you can see I cut this down to where 2 inches is going to go right on it. And you can see the factory downpipe necks down really skinny. And the pipe doesn't look to be that small, but it actually has another pipe inside it, so it's a double wall. It may appear to be 1 3/4, 2 inch from the factory, where actually it's maybe inch and a quarter, and that actually leads to burning up a lot of exhaust valves from what I've seen. Every one I've done this 2-inch exhaust from the downpipe, I've never burnt an exhaust valve after doing that, so it definitely helps out. noticed the audio quality on my off-brand GoPro wasn't very good, so figured I'd get another audio clip from my phone. So I'm gonna have my son start it up and rev it a few times.